He just literally goes into oncoming traffic for like no reason.
And
like
then he's
out of
looking
the blue.
the other way like this. He's just riding. There's a car coming. I'm like, what is this guy doing?
What a cool like video idea. Like
We get robbed in Tijuana. How many hits have we seen Gavin take? I think this is the longest I've ever seen him on the ground.
Are you going to address the issue of Heydays?
Oh, what got stolen there?
I do think we got to get Randy back.
Like get the FBI involved and raid their house.
I'm super thankful to have OneSkin this year, helping my skin recover from a long summer in the sun. So if you are looking to take care of your skin, choose OneSkin and make your skin look and feel younger and healthier. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root causes of aging so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eye, and body routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with the code WIDEOPEN at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code WIDEOPEN after you purchase. They'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin. Busy mornings and late nights, working through lunch, life doesn't always leave room for a balanced meal, and that is where Huel comes in. The Huel shakes actually taste like a milkshake, and they come in delicious chocolate or vanilla, and a huge bonus is they're now low sugar. And not to mention, Huel is incredibly affordable with high-protein meals starting at just $2.50. It's a budget-friendly option that I'm genuinely excited about, and that's 15% off with the code WIDEOPEN at Huel.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so that you can focus on what really matters. Thanks for sponsoring the podcast, Huel.
Stink Wave. Stink Wave. Shout out
You
Stink Wave.
still a part of that gang?
I run that shit.
Do you really? No. Yeah, he hasn't showered in 3 days. Of course he runs that shit.
The Stink Wave.
Stink Wave CEO. Chief Cheeto in charge.
The big cheddar. That's
what
kind
they
of you though, but
Yeah, don't be stepping on my trademark for Big Cheds.
yeah, my bad, bro.
At some point in the next couple months, I'd love to see a Jonah and Cheddar return. Or maybe that's just reserved for pranks and bachelor parties, but
That could happen.
Well,
in the
maybe
next-
we'll have him
Could
come
happen.
out on your bachelor party.
I'd love that.
Uh,
That's true.
Oh, man.
Mike,
Ryan's
yeah.
like, fuck.
When is your bachelor party, Mike?
I couldn't tell you.
You haven't planned it?
No.
Have you asked anyone to be in your wedding yet?
No.
Anyone?
Just Sydney. You asked her to be in it.
Yeah, that's true. I got some people in mind.
Dude, you guys were menaces at Justin's bachelor party. In a good way.
Bro, that was so fun.
Dude, yeah, that might have been actually one of the best times ever.
That was
Like
one of
when I think back to like some of the hardest times that I've ever laughed, I think of Justin's bachelor party.
Same.
Dude, it was so funny.
That was so fun.
I kind of regret not going. At the time, I had never met Justin, or if I did, it was like very, very briefly, and I'd only hung out with you guys, say half a dozen times tops. Yeah. And I had a big trip of my own planned over that same weekend.
Oh, really?
So
But then
like,
we met up with you after, remember?
Yeah, on
'Cause
Sunday.
That's when we surprised you with the
Did
with
we
the pit
invite
bike.
you to Justin's bachelor party?
yeah, you invited me to go on the whole thing, and
You were
honest,
just a homie at the time.
yeah, and I don't know. I really wanted to. I was really torn two ways, but I'd set in stone plans for like the past month, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with the OG plans. But I've been hearing you guys talk about it for like the last 5 years.
I might
I regret it.
Hard not
I regret it.
I might do my bachelor party at Eagle River just because Justin's was so fun.
Yeah, that was lit.
What was so fun about it?
It just was literally so much fun. We had this Airbnb that was huge, and you had so many rooms. Like, and it was just like we were just running a tear. It was more so the vibes.
Like he has two friend groups.
Yeah,
And let's just say the two friend groups are very different.
yeah.
His other friend group, doctors, engineers,
Medical engineers.
very respectful,
smart, like
Smart,
very, very
yeah.
smart.
shit together, and then us.
Yeah, like they were.
Dude.
I think they almost fueled our bad behavior because like they were in complete shock at like things we were like normally doing, like things that we would just normally do and not even like, you know,
Think about it.
look an eye at. But then we're like, we just saw how their reaction was, and then we started really pushing the envelope and really being bad. And then poor Ryan, he was trying to keep the crew together and just like
Corral everybody.
It was just a mess, and that was back when, not a mess, but a good one. But that was back when Ken was like peak Kenism.
Yeah, he
like
was
he-
big no.
Yeah.
He was the biggest no guy ever, and like he was just getting mad, and oh, it was so fun.
And I lost his sunglasses, and you would think that I
I don't know, killed his entire family.
Broke his family heirloom ladder.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
let's
you
not
did do
talk
that.
about that.
No.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Go back and watch that video. Actually, if you're wondering if you haven't seen it already, it's the fake Lamborghini car dealership prank, I believe.
We were just on our BS.
Yeah, we were on such bad behavior because like we were just right off of filming that prank, and Jonah and Cheddar were born, me and CJ's alter egos, and I think we were filming something the week after too. So I just remember being like, oh, I got to just stay in character
The whole weekend.
the whole weekend.
Which you did.
I did.
And when you guys are in character in Jonah and Cheddar, it's just like everything's just off the table. Like people aren't real. You're just dealing with a bunch of NPCs. The whole weekend was
Pretty
a
much
prank.
the best way to describe it, actually. Other people aren't real. They're just NPCs to Jonah and Cheddar.
What the hell's an NPC?
Non-playable character.
It's a video game term.
No, I mean, well, it used to be. NPC is like if you were,
Like a bot?
yeah, like
Yeah.
a bot.
Like AI?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
I
they
just-
have no personality or they have no like characteristics that make them human. They just exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just walk around.
Around
They
the
just
robot
Like in the
almost.
background of a game.
They just exist around the main character.
Like the civilians in GTA are NPCs.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, okay.
Yeah. You can
Interact with them.
interact with them, but no matter what they do to you or what you do to them, it doesn't
yeah.
affect you.
No, the people on GTA can kill you.
Well, that
Probably
that
can't
is
say
true.
Could have
died
That's
too.
probably
Yeah,
true. That's true.
And then you just respawn.
But yeah, I mean, it was like I saw like a real, I don't know why it popped up on my feed, but of some, girl, go out to eat with me in West Hollywood. And then she like went out and it was like so boring and so basic and predictable. And like people are like, is this ironic or are you just an NPC? People are just out there just
Influencing things that shouldn't be
they're
influenced.
just doing nothing.
I love that you watched that though, Mike.
I did, yeah. It was weird.
I guess that's one benefit of the boys getting married or growing up is we're gonna all have like bachelor parties.
But there's only a limited amount of them if you really think about it. Because I mean,
It's
so,
just like such an excuse for us to just have like the best time
Yeah.
ever though.
yeah, no, but like if you really think about it, we get to go on 6 bachelor parties total.
Yeah, but one
With
and
everyone
two,
in this room right now?
1 and 2 people get divorced, so you got to think that there might be
probably
Then
get
I
it.
might do another one.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't run a batch party again after the divorce.
But we will.
Probably.
We
But
will.
also, I think there's more than 6. Like you don't think you don't have any other homies?
No, I'm saying I said in this room.
Right, right.
In this room right now, which is like
That is finite, yes.
How many weddings have you guys been in?
2.
2? I think I've been in like 2, maybe 3. I was talking about this with Greta the other night, and she was naming off all the weddings that she's been in, and she's been in 9, I think.
Holy.
Jeez.
Or something
Right.
something crazy, or she's gonna be in 9 or
I don't
something.
know if I've even been to 9 weddings.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's well, right. That's what happens when you have friends. Right? None of our friends are married. It's just a tight circle.
Slow
but
growers.
I feel kind of bad, but I kind of always just cheato out on weddings. Like
Dude.
I've been invited to a million. I feel like they're kind of like a grad party where there's so much going on, and for the most part, unless it's like your best friend, you almost just need to make your presence noticed and you can leave. Like you could spend the whole day there. It like doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the right
Some
way to
weddings
look
are
at
fun
it.
though.
So like anyone's wedding that I didn't make it to, no offense. I probably had something really important going on, but
But no offense.
yeah, no offense.
I feel like it's
I'll
one,
try to make it to your next one.
I think it's one thing to go to the wedding, and then it's another to like go to the reception. I feel like it's much more common to just go to the reception and skip the wedding part.
Yeah.
like the ceremony, skip the actual like vows of the like them getting married.
And-
Yeah, which
and the
one's
meal.
worse? Because
And
that's what I think too. I think it's
2-hour
worse.
church wedding.
I think it's worse to skip the actual
Ceremony.
reception.
The
The reception where like you're actually interacting with them.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you skip the ceremony. Like I've missed a couple, like I said, Greta's been in so many fucking weddings,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like the +1, and like half the time I don't even know like
Who it is.
who it is, right? And we're filming on Saturdays a lot of times, so I've missed a couple of them, and like she thinks that's a pretty big deal for me to miss the ceremony, and I'm like, they don't even know who I am.
Yeah, they don't care that I'm there.
Yeah. I'm like, you think they're gonna be doing their vows, look out, and be like, oh, Ben's not here.
Yeah. Well, if you think
Can you
about
imagine? Hold up. Ben isn't
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We need him to see this.
Yeah, I text them like, yo, I'll be there in 25 minutes. Just hold off.
Just a little late.
I could see Mike doing that though.
He'd say he'd be there in 20. He'd be there in 2 hours.
Yeah.
They'd still wait for him though.
That'd be really insane.
Oh,
And then
it'd be
all
pretty
for me
funny,
to
though.
run up and go, I object.
Do people do that still? Object to weddings?
I mean, I wouldn't say like still, but like you gotta imagine it.
Ken, look
I'm sure
look
it
it up.
doesn't
Find me a
stop.
clip. It's got to have happened in the last.
Yeah.
hear of it as a thing.
Like in a movie, obviously.
think I
What do
would've
you
there,
say after you say that? Then you just confess your love.
well, it could go
you're
either way.
saying-
There's
you're saying-
multiple
You just
directions.
say, I object. And then you like walk up and you're like, Amanda, I'm in love with you. And then she's like, I'm with Bill now. Like,
I mean, or you could be
can't
trying
do
to
this.
save your best friend from making a bad mistake. It doesn't have to be you trying to steal one of those people. You could be
correct.
trying to save someone from making the biggest mistake of their life.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's where my
guess
my
I was
mind went
thinking,
too.
like
It could
it's
be
like
that too.
like someone that was in love with you.
No,
But yeah, I
100%,
suppose it
both
could go
ways.
that way.
Both ways.
Have
Dude,
you,
I
like-
gotta imagine it's gotta happen when you get like alcohol mixed with friends that maybe have a certain opinion on the chick that their buddy's marrying. Like it's gotta happen.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking
I'm trying to
awkward.
think
That
of-
just ruined the whole day. Like I feel like it's not changing.
Yeah,
trying to think of
and
other
like, that's a
scenarios.
terrible time to do that.
Yeah, you should have probably said something before everyone showed up here, buddy.
Yeah. What other scenarios would you call that besides confessing your love or trying to stop your buddy?
Yeah, it's pretty much the only two things.
I feel like just doing that has to like make everyone in that room just feel incredibly awkward.
Unless they all agree.
Yeah, unless they agree and
and they all
everyone's like,
stand up.
Thank you. Someone said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ken, is there any videos on this? Oh,
She does look like the kind of
This-
woman that would object to wedding.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so that's what happened.
dude,
hell's
Nigerian weddings
happening?
are so lit.
Dude, this looks
is
real to
pretty
me.
lit.
This looks real.
Object. Oh, shit. The way she's just immediately.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but everyone's like,
Almost
oh my
laughing.
gosh. Dude, why do
Dude,
I
either way, what a pressure moment to actually do it for real, like Hallmark movie style. Could you imagine waiting until that last moment, the literal last second, and being like, nope,
Yeah.
I got to stop this in front of
That's
everybody.
wild. I
It
bet
does
that's
seem
not real.
insane.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I've seen that before on Big Reno Snapchat? Our friend Big Reno's always at weddings, and I've responded to a couple of them like, dude, if you ever need a +1, bring me with, because these weddings seem so lit.
They
They're like
really do.
throwing money.
They
and
really
shit.
do.
Dude, they
They were
are.
throwing
They're
money
always
at that
throwing
Yeah,
money.
don't they normally like is it, throwing rice is like a tradition thing, right? Or is that funerals? When do they throw rice? At
that?
But
weddings?
rice
That's
is
fine at
kind of
wedding.
expensive.
Yeah, but balling out on
Throwing
money is
money.
way cooler than
That's
rice.
amazing. No, I know. That's what I mean.
What do
I've
they
seen the
throw?
rice, but
What do they throw rice at?
When they walk out,
couple,
right?
They throw rice all over.
I think when you're driving
like a
out of the
Jewish
thing,
yeah, when you're
Yeah,
walking out of the right after you
The-
get married.
Is that a Jewish thing? They're too cheap to throw money. They throw rice.
At Mike's wedding, he's gonna have, instead of like a flower girl, it's gonna be a penny girl just throwing pennies down the aisle.
All pennies.
That'd be awesome.
That would be fitting.
I mean, as
That'd
long
hurt.
as no one, just the flower girl doesn't throw flowers at people. She just puts it on the ground. The tradition of throwing rice at weddings symbolizes good luck, fertility, and prosperity for the newlyweds. I don't know why, but
What about rice means that?
it originated with ancient Romans who used wheat. Rice was likely chosen because it was inexpensive and readily available.
So don't cut corners, Mike. Use the wheat.
Yeah. That's not even really a fun fact. It's just a fact. I do have a fun fact that I learned. I actually learned this from the guy that I bought the skate park from. But you showed me around his shop, and he's got this.
That's such a
it's so
wild
random.
statement,
I know.
dude.
He's got this like VW van that I guess he used to own. But anyway, he's like, I'm gonna get it fixed
Like
up.
the
So-
standard hippie round.
yeah, pop up camper. Yep. And the thing was trash. He's like, it used to look amazing, but it's been sitting, blah, blah, blah. He's like, so I'm going to bring it to Tijuana and have it fixed up. And I was like, tell me about that. So you take it across the border. He's like, so I've lived in California for a long time. We live really close to Tijuana. You go across the border and you bring it to the locals in Tijuana and they fix it for just pennies as to what it would cost you here.
In the U.S.
And then I'm like, did they do a good job? He's like, yeah, I mean, it's not flawless, but yeah, they do it, and they do it in like 2 days. They get it painted, and he's like, I've sent a bunch of cars to them. I brought a camper. They repainted an entire camper. They reupholstered a camper for literally 10% of what it would have cost in the States. And I'm like,
Yeah, all you have to do is let them drive it back over the, or you have
Yeah.
to drive it back over the border and give it to them for a couple hours to
I'd be worried they'd take it.
unload.
right. No, he gave me some advice, I guess, that he's learned over the years, like, don't bring your passport because they'll take it. Don't bring your ID because they'll take it.
How do you get back?
What?
Yeah, I was just so
There's other places to cross, I guess, that aren't.
you can cross without identification.
Yeah.
And then what if you get stuck over there?
He's like, yeah, you always got to bring some cash. A couple $100 will do it. That'll get you off of them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. It's like, so that
doesn't-
part of it.
this
This doesn't sound easier at all.
No.
Are you thinking about going down there, Mike?
Send
No,
in the
but
350.
I just thought about,
Bring your stand-up.
yeah, not personally, but like what a cool like video idea. Like buying a wreck.
We get robbed in Tijuana.
Could happen. I mean, it could happen. I wouldn't want that, but like you buy a wrecked something, or maybe it's more cosmetically wrecked, but you bring it to them and then you have them fix it up and be like, all right, like what,
Unicorn?
and then get it appraised or something.
You bring the unicorn.
We got
Oh
the
my
perfect
God.
one.
Holy crap!
Honestly, we wrap this pod up, Mike. Let's get it on the flatbed.
The unicorn.
We'll send Seth. We'll see him in a couple weeks.
Yep, dude.
Hey, you're going to Tijuana. He's like, what?
It'd be terrifying. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So just take the F-250 and you're good.
Before you started explaining this, I kind of thought it was like the Minnesota equivalent of bringing stuff to the Hutterites around here. Dude, they fix
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
up fast
Bring it
and
to
cheap.
them.
No, but that would be like that. Yeah, it's not like you talk to one guy and you send your car off for the entire winter and you hope it's back and good and it costs you a whole bunch of money. Yeah, you just bring it to them and they just like 10 dudes just fix everything. I don't know if it's that many,
I
but-
have heard of getting parts like 70s and 80s pickups and stuff, like fenders and
80s?
pickup beds and stuff like that. But they're not perfect. You know what I mean? It's like, they're just some of them Tijuana fenders.
Yeah.
Really?
Whatever. So like, I don't know if they have factories down there. They're making this stuff, or if they're like running chop shops or
That's
what.
what he said. It was a very chop shop vibe.
Yeah,
You pull it up.
I believe
and
it.
Like, you don't even make an appointment. There's, oh yeah, we'll start working on it as soon as we can, and then they'll have it done in a couple days. He's
Or
like,
you come back and it's
yeah,
Gone. You
And
come
it's
back
in a
and go,
million
what
different
van?
parts.
yeah, what van?
Yeah.
So when you say don't bring an ID or a passport down there, like they shake you down?
he's like, you get stopped a lot by just like thugs that are willing to stop you and potentially hold you at knife point or gun point and like, give me your cash, definitely give me your passport. I want that.
You guys know Uncle Buck on the channel. If you watch the YouTube videos, he was on a motorcycle going through Mexico, deep down there somewhere. And he was coming up this road, and they held him up with like a 2x4 with a bunch of nails sticking out of it, and had him come to a stop. And then like a bunch of guys with baseball bats and nails on them basically just like shook him down, and they were like, give us all your money. And they were like counting it, and they were like, this isn't all you have. Like you have more. We know you have more. And they were like trying to get him for more because he had more hidden somewhere else because he knew this could happen.
He said he carried like his old ID or something too.
Oh, that's
Right.
what he said.
So he had a whole spare
really?
setup.
That's
Oh,
what you
wow.
gotta do. That's
Okay,
what you gotta do.
old
yeah.
ID too. Yeah, so he had that and like some cash hidden, and then he had the rest hidden somewhere else. And they were like pressing him, right? And he's like looking at like all of them, and he's like, okay, like I could take. He's a big guy. He's like, okay, I could probably take 3 of them, but there's three over here, right? And he's like weighing out the options, right? And then this old lady pulls up behind him. They were just like, get out of here. And then they go and shake her down.
What?
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a toll booth in Mexico.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose like if you're coming from the States and you're going to Tijuana, like you probably can't bring like much for protection with you.
Well, you probably can bring a gun in. You just can't bring it home.
Yeah, I
Honestly, that'd be
security.
worth it. Buy a burner for a couple $100 and leave it when you come back. I don't need it when I get back home. I just need it down there.
Hide it in the bush.
Buy a burner.
I'm going to Mexico in about a month. So,
Really?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
When?
Where Tijuana?
Cabo, a little bit different.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
December, so I guess month and a half.
Who you going with?
Sick. Yeah, are we coming?
Going for a wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, of course.
We were talking about doing a trip to Cabo, I thought.
Yeah, damn. You got me
At the end of
excited.
the
I
year.
thought you booked it for us.
No, I didn't do that, but apparently, like Mexican weddings, like is like a full-on 3-day bender.
What other body parts are you going to lose for this trip then?
Yeah, you lost your appendix at Heydays.
Yeah, hopefully none.
Shopify is a crucial piece of our business, and if you're looking to start, upgrade, or reinvent the way that you do business online or in person, look no further than Shopify. Before Shopify, we struggled to make our website not only look good, which is important, but also the biggest problem was it didn't work before Shopify. Once we switched, though, all those problems stopped. We are so happy that we use Shopify. And I tell you guys every week, but seriously, now is the time to get started. Don't be in the same place next year that you are now. Make the jump, and for only $1 a month, you really have nothing to lose. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and nobody does selling like Shopify. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling in from. On the web, in store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use at CboysTV.com and sign up for your $1 per month trial period at Shopify.com/wideopen, which is all lowercase. Go to Shopify.com/wideopen now to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/wideopen. Fall is here, but don't let your hydration fall off. Make sure you're at your best with Liquid IV's new Hydration Multiplier Plus Immune Support Mango Passion Fruit. With 5 times the daily value of vitamin C and 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, you can give your body the immune support it needs while treating yourself to a taste of the tropics. I love Liquid IV because it tastes so good, and it's good for me too. You don't realize how much improper hydration affects you until you feel being hydrated. Plus, now with immune support, your immune system will be at the top of its game so you can stay and feel healthy. Liquid IV is an all-in-one hydration and immune support for everyday wellness, vitality, and rehydration. So just tear, pour, and live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Powered by LIV Hydroscience and an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turns ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, and it's always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So support everyday wellness with Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code WIDEOPEN at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code WIDEOPEN at liquidiv.com.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, you brought it up. Are we going to address the issue of Heydays?
Oh, what got stolen there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should address it.
We should.
More who got stolen there.
Kidnapped.
I don't think he got stolen. I think that Randy's living his best life.
Yeah, so, all right.
You have something to do with this, Evan?
Yeah, he
I
does.
have absolutely nothing to do with it. I'm simply saying, have you seen the post on the Instagram?
Yeah.
Have you seen what we've put Randy through?
Yeah.
You see what he's doing now?
Have
He
your sound-
looks
Yeah.
like he's, you know,
I know,
he's doing it. He's got almost 5K on the gram.
That's insane.
All right, let me
probably
add
given
some
more clout.
context here.
going
We should have probably gave him more clout. You're right.
Yeah.
So,
We fucked up there.
okay, so we have this test dummy. His name is Reckless Randy.
He's a real one.
He's damn near a human. Like
Yeah.
that dude costs like $2,500.
Because that's what humans cost.
No,
He
a little more.
he
They're a
weighs
little-
185 pounds. He is like 5'11". He is like so difficult to move, right? Because he's just like he's not meant to really move. He's meant for like CPR. Right?
No, he's meant for moving.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
meant
for
to be,
testing, for like
saved out of
yeah,
like
for like
pools,
firefighters
burning
and
buildings,
stuff, right?
everything.
Yeah.
Head's always falling off.
That's what he was born to do.
We bought Reckless Randy last December, so we've had him for about a year, and he's been fantastic, right? Him and Ken really hit it off. As you guys saw in the shop tour video, Ken had his room painted for Randy and everything, right? Anyway, Randy's been like hanging out in our mini truck for the last couple weeks, and he was in there when we brought him to Heydays, or the mini truck to Heydays, right?
Yeah, he was just watching the crowd.
He would sit in the mini truck and he was like our security guy, and he would scare the shit out of anyone who didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he looked real. Yeah, he was like iced out. He had a chain on him, sunglasses, like
He was living a
Fully
pretty good
kitted.
life.
yeah, he was living a great life, right? And he was here with Ken. So bring him to Heydays. We load up at Heydays, come back. Well, we don't necessarily use Randy every day. He's a part of the team, right? But we only call upon him every so often, right? So one day Ryan comes into my office and he goes, "Hey, you got Randy?" I go, "Like the dummy Randy or your dad?" And he was like, "No, like the dummy Randy. Do you have him hidden somewhere? Are you planning something?" And I was like, "You think I stole Randy?" He's like, "We can't find Randy, and we have a feeling that somebody here knows where he is, because how could we just lose a 185-pound dummy, right?"
Yeah.
So then I start thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, no, somebody has to have like hidden him, right? So I go to CJ and I'm like, "Are you planning something with Randy here that we need to know about?" And he's like, "Nope, no idea." I go to everyone and we come to the conclusion that Randy's gone missing, right? Well, you can't just lose a 185-pound dummy.
I need to say
I
this.
was saying.
That
You
is
keep
wearing
saying 180 pounds. It doesn't sound that heavy. it is extremely heavy and awkward.
Yeah,
Like,
because he's
dead weight.
awkward.
There's
and he
not,
fligs
like-
around, he hangs and stuff, and he drags.
I mean, maybe
Dead
one of
weight.
us could drag him across the shop, but like straight up, if you needed to grab Randy from the corner of the shop and put him into a vehicle, it's a 2-person job.
And it's heavy.
So
It's hard. and
This
awkward.
wasn't light work for whatever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after we come to the conclusion that no, Randy's actually missing, right? Then the fingers start pointing. Well, you saw him last. Dalton's over here like, well, I saw him on Sunday at Heyday's because I was moving the mini truck and I went to grab the keys and they were on Randy's lap. And then Evan's like, well, I took the mini truck home at night. So we're like, he got stolen out of your driveway. And he's like, there's no way it got stolen at my house, right? And so we end up figuring out after watching the mini truck get rolled back into the shop after Heyday's that Randy was not in there. So between
A lot
Saturday,
of sleuthing going on.
where we last saw him, and Monday, when the mini truck got rolled back in on camera, he went missing at some point, right?
If this was an episode of Forensic Files, they would look at whoever the person who last saw him was, which by the sounds of it,
Dalton. We'll circle back on that. So, like last Wednesday, we came to the conclusion that he was stolen, right? I post out on the CBoys story. I go, this next snap is not a joke.
Sounds like one.
I need to preface this. Has anyone seen Randy, our dummy, right? Because at first we weren't like, oh, he probably wasn't stolen. I bet we just left him somewhere, right? Like we brought him in.
Lose a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we
This
brought him
place.
in to get food or something, and
Nice.
and we just forgot him at T-Bell or like, yeah, like somebody has to have seen this guy, right? Also, he's wearing a high-vis sweatshirt. Very hard to miss.
I don't think anymore. And that's I didn't. I just you posted that he's
Oh,
wearing.
you're
a
right,
high-vis,
you're right.
and I'm like,
He
I don't wanna
wasn't.
confuse-
Yeah,
he's
somebody
wearing-
changed him.
He's wearing a Dare No Can Do hoodie.
Yep.
In support of Ken.
and some jewelry, I think. Is he still
Yeah,
running
still-
jewels?
Looks like he's still at jewelry.
So I post that out throughout the day. I kind of made a couple more posts. Like, here's the last time that we saw him. You know, like we're just worried about him. You literally cannot miss the guy. So now we're all hot because
Some of us.
Some of us not at all.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
you're the least hot and bothered, and you're the most hot.
So
and
I
bothered,
had
Ken.
Dalton and Ben sit down and just like interrogate me about it. Of course, I think it's funny. And because I think it's funny, I'm immediately the number one suspect.
Yeah.
Which is ironic
I mean,
that
if
the
you-
last person who saw Randy
Well, you were
is
responsible.
accusing me.
Weren't you the one who brought the trailer home?
You were supposed to bring him home.
He wasn't in the truck when it went on the trailer.
So that means someone stole it at Heyday's.
Well, we know that. That's
Yes.
yeah.
So
So
I-
I think it had to have happened Saturday night when everyone's out doing things you do at night. Dalton saying that he saw Randy Sunday morning, I think, is crazy because
Did you
who's
really?
going to take him in broad daylight?
I did see an Instagram DM that I'm assuming the same group of individuals also tried to steal the Yeti costume from Bachelors.
It was Mike.
No.
Sorry.
No, I said I'm never putting that thing on again. But that is weird because that's kind of their cherished item.
I mean, they're
over there.
always you always do hear about some stuff going on at Heydays. They cut loose those big balloons and they float away. Like
Yeah.
people do some
Yeah.
bad things.
Oh, this is terrible.
Well,
So this is terrible. This
Yeah.
is worse than a fucking balloon getting cut.
I agree.
Yeah, this is a life we're talking about here.
It's
We-
an NPC, Ben.
So we have come to the conclusion that he's stolen, right? We have no other facts other than that. I'm scrolling on Instagram 2 nights ago, and I happened to see a picture of Reckless Randy. The 7th Sea-Boy is ours now. It's
So
kind
does
of
that
a
sticker mean anything?
I think we put that sticker on it, right?
yeah, I saw that sticker and I'm like,
Yeah.
who's Dylan?
So then I start scrolling, and that was September 18th, right? So a couple weeks ago, like
Oh.
long before we'd ever like posted on the story that like we were looking for Randy.
I didn't even look at the dates. I just figured they started firing posts out once we started, like once the cat was out of the bag.
No. So then the next post, September 26th, is Randy sitting next to this rock. If you have any information about where this rock is, let us know on the Randy
it
hotline.
should be pretty identifiable. There's a little semi on there. Yeah.
Yep. And it just says long ways from the C-store, again, before we had posted. And then there's a picture of him sitting on a dock with the caption, "Now that I'm a free man, I decided to take up fishing."
In a Sea-Boy's chair.
So the thing about that chair is that was the prototype chair before we did the final design for it. So that
they
was
jacked
also
that too.
stolen from Heydays.
We got cleaned out.
Jeez, dude.
I don't know how you knew that, Ken, but that actually makes way more sense because I was like, how did we have the chairs on the website now, but not for very
Justin
long.
pointed out that like there's a few minor differences between that chair and the final product.
No cooler bag.
No cooler bag.
Maybe what we should be doing is a better inventory of what else we could have lost.
Yeah.
Possibly lost.
So then after I make the post, he basically then starts acting like he's having a great time. Now he's mowing.
Bro.
He's golfing. Not only is he golfing, but he's also crashing golf carts. So you can't say that he's living a better life because we gave him everything that he wanted. He wanted to be a test dummy. He wanted to break shit.
Yeah.
I messaged him. I said, yo, give us back Randy. LOL. I'm laughing, but I'm really not, you fucker. And he goes, I'll consider coming back when Ken Matthews sends me a public love letter.
So why don't you just do that, Ken, and then we can get him back?
So in the state of Minnesota, because Randy's valued at more than $1,500, it is a felony to be in possession of stolen property.
But why wouldn't you just write a love letter to get him back? Don't you want?
Let me get ChatGPT to write something up.
Okay.
Why would you?
No,
Ken, it's got to be heartfelt.
Yeah.
Needs to be heartfelt.
From the bottom of your soul.
Dude, what I want is, you know those people who can like look at a picture from somewhere and like a
Yeah,
geo-tracker.
I was thinking that
Geo-trackers.
too.
Yeah.
There's enough geo-tracking ability in here based on the leaves and the beet field and the power lines. And
Is
the
it
Really?
beets?
I
Is
don't
it
think
beets?
so.
beans, I think, right?
I've seen some dudes like that. They're like, challenge me. And they
Beans.
send, it's just like a screenshot of just a random rundown sign. And he's like, well, based on the terrain here. And then you can see there's a blurry vehicle. It looks like this could only be a Nevada or a North Carolina or whatever license plate. And then they just figure it out just off some blurry random screenshot.
Dude, the best guy is, I think his name is Rainbolt. He can get served anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And
it's
he'll be
crazy.
within like 50-mile radius.
The thing about this, though, is it seems like we're in on it. It really does. It's like
It does.
Like it seems like we're in on it, but we're not. We just want Randy back.
I think that it has to be like a team effort. I just can't see one kid.
No,
coming
it's for
through
sure.
and
It obviously
snaking
took
up.
a few people. Like it was
Probably
just your
another
crew.
group of people just like us.
It's a minimum 2 people, probably 3.
So what was your epiphany? You said you had this epiphany, Dalton. You were sitting on the couch. You go,
Yeah, I'm
I
on the
just
edge
had
of my
craziest
seat.
Epiphany.
So it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I just had a crazy flashback to Heydays. It was Saturday night or Sunday morning. These kids are at the merch booth.
How young? Like you, kid? Or like
Like
kid,
a little
kid?
older, probably like 20.
Okay. How
And they're
describe
asking
a
for
kid?
merch at like 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, like we're not open.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's 1 in the morning. And they kind of like wandered around, you know, like all of the fences were just torn apart. from
Why were they torn apart?
everyone just
Right.
stomping over them, all that, especially with the big rally around the truck. And I guess I didn't think anything of it until you mentioned that it possibly could have happened Saturday night. To be completely honest, I don't 100% recall Randy being in there Sunday morning.
Okay, can somebody else back? How many times has Dalton been like, I guarantee he was in that
No,
truck?
But hear me out.
Okay.
I could have sworn he was because we didn't have the trailer for the red mini truck. You had that. I had to leave, so I set the key somewhere where they wouldn't get taken, so the mini truck, you know, we could drive it. And I thought I set them on the driver's seat underneath the seatbelt because Randy was in the passenger seat. I thought that's why I did that, but now I'm not totally sure.
This boy's story is changing.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big red flag, Dalton.
Yep.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I think
Your
that you and
story-
Evan are working together
You
on
were the
this.
last one that saw him, and now you're changing the story as we're closing in on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him in my Subaru and drive 4 hours back home, then put him in my storage unit, and then make an Instagram for him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sounds
Actually.
like a pretty good
That is-
idea.
that does sound like something you would do.
have been
Dalton.
making these country thirst traps lately, too.
Oh, jeez.
Shot across the back.
Dude, I'm just looking.
He's on a stray there.
Dude, Randy's posting stories. He's got
Yeah.
stories up on Instagram.
Yeah,
now.
Randy's actually very active, which makes me think that Randy's captor doesn't have a fucking job. Right? So now we need to, Ken, pull up Minnesota unemployment.
Yeah, pull up every unemployed person that went to Heydays.
Or it could be a group. Maybe
We're
Randy's
taking
getting
shifts,
passed
taking
around.
care
Is it your friends, Evan?
It
No.
could be.
Is
Ken,
that-
how do you
That's
feel
what I
about that?
That's what I said.
Like they
too.
didn't take him out of the trailer when he was in the trailer, and you brought the trailer to your house.
Bro, there's no way that the truck and trailer is at my house for one day. I had it backed right up to my garage. There's no way. And the thing is, me and Slim loaded the fucking Excuse me. We loaded the truck onto the trailer.
And there was no
Randy was.
Okay.
I mean,
Hang on here.
I guess kind of like Dalton. Can I say 100%?
What's that?
I just
All right, Dalton
This is Evan's
thinks.
hometown.
Oh.
On
don't be
Randy's-
showing my address, bro.
It's your hometown, not your specific address. Randy on his Instagram has a picture of him on a river.
Oh,
Okay.
the land of 10,000 lakes. Not to
There's a
mention, there
very
are a few
small
lakes and
river
rivers
that runs
outside of
through
Minnesota,
Cocaine.
Dalton.
Okay.
Drop a pin anywhere in Minnesota, and within a
looks like it's
50-mile radius, there's
directly in
going to
your
be a lake
backyard,
or a
Evan.
river or a
Just
creek.
make the most sense. One of your buddies takes him.
Because I'm here with you guys while I'm in a bean field hanging out with Randy.
But did you hear that, Ken? That quite possibly Randy's getting passed around. How do you feel about that?
That's just not right. Randy, he's got to feel so violated right now and
Probably does.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude, I'm not like
Get him back. Get Randy back to Ken's heart-shaped
yeah,
bed.
it is pretty easy. I'm not taking sides, but like I'm kind of here for this. Randy does look like he's having a pretty good time, and it says right here.
Yeah,
on
that
the
sounds
river-
about right, Mike.
It sounds yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like I want him back eventually, but like I kind of do want him to like finish out his vacation, and then we'll bring the hammer.
I don't think we need a hammer.
Like
I
felony
think we
charges?
just-
I mean, we definitely this is some good content, dude. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whoever's making this like clearly knows how to like run an Instagram. Like I don't know. It's not.
That
like,
is the
Cheeto.
first
The
thing I
only
told
thing is
Ben.
we're
If
just
my buddy
feeding.
Slim had it, I go, Slim doesn't even know how to run his own Instagram, much
Yeah.
less make a second one.
Yeah. We're doing exactly what they want.
He knows
Talk
how
about
to.
it.
It's his location on the fishing one says Cormorant, Minnesota, and it has like a song, and I don't think Slim knows how to add. a location.
Dude, Slim kind of catching strays right now.
Sorry, Slim.
All I
Dude,
know is
seriously though.
before
You would?
we turn our eyes outward to whoever took Randy from his rightful home, I'm going to get a lie detector test, and we're going to make sure that nobody around
great.
here knows anything.
That
That'd
actually
be
would
great.
be great. And we're putting that mustached boy on there first.
Like a legit one, because then I just
can
saw
you
that
hire
one.
someone to come out?
Remember, he just hooked like a finger thing to him, and then like a thing around his arm, and like it was an app. I've seen that. I
That's
don't know.
lame.
Yeah,
I don't trust an app.
It's got to be the thing.
yeah.
I did try to get the thing. No one in
Helmets.
Minnesota will do it. The guy in California will come out for 10 grand. Figured that wasn't worth it.
If I'm
We could buy 5 Randys for
Yeah.
10 grand.
You just can't replace Randy.
We just totally foiled their whole like I got Randy and like trying to grow this page and all that shit. We just bought a new one. We're like, hey, we got Randy back. They're like, wait, what?
That would
be kind of funny.
Then they'd
It'd be not as
beefing.
good for our like. I think we could do something with this, but I do think we got to get Randy back.
Like get the FBI involved and raid their house.
Possibly.
I was looking, those power lines in the background of one of those pictures are very distinctive from every power line that I've looked at along a river. So that might be a clue.
Dude, Ken is like a
Distinct-
detective, but a shitty ass detective. And he goes, "There's something with these power lines.
He's like
I'm not
listening.
sure
Dude.
what, but there is something."
Do they look like Minnesota power lines?
They're very close to the ones by Becker, but they're different.
So what do we do with this?
They're big poles with strings between them, but
They're different.
I don't know.
Dude, I do respect though, like the undercover work Ken's been doing. You
Yeah,
identified
yeah,
the chair.
Well, Ken's
and the-
hot. Yeah, Ken's hot
And the
about
power
it.
lines,
missed
and
them.
tell them about your research you did on that rock already.
I think it's at somebody's house. I tried to find a trucking company and it does not line up.
Oh, 'cause the other day you mentioned maybe having a hot lead out of New
I
York.
thought it might have been a trucking company out of New York, but I could not find anything on that.
If Randy's all the way in New York, we are not getting him back. Probably ain't
as
happening.
Randy comes home.
Imagine his next Instagram picture. He's in New York. That'd be
Maybe
lit.
he's what's that snowmobile show that's like
Holy fuck, he's an
Epping.
Epping. Oh, no.
Is that New Hampshire?
Yeah, that's probably where he is.
Can you imagine they steal him from the snow show and take him to the second biggest snow show?
I mean, a lot of people that go to Heydays go to that.
Epping, yeah.
I think it's a group of younger Minnesota boys, like just a crew of friends, and they're in Minnesota. I think Randy's in Minnesota.
Well, we're going to find Randy, and we're going to bring him home so he can get back to work, because a man's life is not fulfilled without going to work. And Randy's going to have fun on his little vacation, but eventually he's going to feel trapped
I agree.
by not being able to work.
Yeah, it's all fun and games, Randy, until you remember what your real purpose in life is.
Exactly.
Making videos and pleasuring Ken.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
Not on the podcast, Evan.
I would love for Randy to be the next Lil Mayo.
Bro.
Yo, Lil Mayo messaged us at one point. Was like, want to collab?
Oh yeah.
He has more swag than Dalton for sure.
Wait, so who is Lil Mayo?
I couldn't tell you besides that he's just
An alien.
Yeah, not a real person or creature, and they pose him up.
Who's the
They
one
always
guy he's
make-
following?
Ooh, let's find out.
At least he looks
Meme page.
like he is a lot more portable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what he has going for them or him.
Dude, imagine like being pretty Instagram clouded, but it's not you. It's just your little alien doll.
It's cool.
So like your little alien doll gets invited to Coachella, but then you have to stand in GA while your little alien doll.
that would be kind of awkward. Like how they're like, oh, Lil Mayo's at the like this crazy Hollywood party, and then you're like the owner of Lil Mayo, and they're like, yo, who's the dude? Does
Yeah,
anybody
who's
know
that
him?
guy?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet though.
It's
Yep.
amazing how long they've kept that going. Like,
Dude, for
how-
years.
Is he making
Years.
money? Because it looks like they went to
They
Oktoberfest in Germany. Like it costs money to set all these shoots up,
Yeah.
basically.
I wonder when
Dude,
his-
that Home Depot jacket is drip.
Is it like public knowledge who is running this? Or is it like actually kind of like a big old secret?
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone knows. I'm sure some people know, but yeah,
What the heck would we have done with Lil Mayo?
I don't
Probably
know.
like a dirt
Just,
bike shoot. They probably
yeah.
didn't care about us. They just wanted to use like some.
like his likeness with our
Yeah.
likeness, I guess,
Or
or
just
what
ma-
we do.
I'd say more so just like they wanted like some dirt bikes or like a spot to do one of their shoots.
Yeah.
So I was watching the news the other day, and when the hurricane came through Florida, there was this guy. Do you hear about him?
Oh yeah.
What's the? I've
yeah,
been
what-
reading it for
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant. They've been calling him Lieutenant Dan because he just like ties his boat up in the harbor and then just floats through the hurricane. It's kind of like a meme.
He also didn't have a leg.
Also doesn't have
Yeah,
a leg,
yeah.
similar
That-
to Lieutenant
that's
Dan.
pretty
That's how I got the
important
name.
Yeah.
But apparently, since he got so famous now off of being Lieutenant Dan, he was streaming with Aiden Ross, or Aiden Ross streamed
Yeah.
with him, of course. He got hooked up with a.
I heard he was gonna buy him a house or something.
Yeah, no, Aiden was gonna buy him a boat for $100,000.
That's right.
And then Aiden Ross hooked him up with Kick, and he got a Kick deal.
What's
So
Kick?
Lieutenant,
much?
Lieutenant Dan is
How
streaming?
much
Dan.
did he sign?
I don't know how much he signed for. Rumor was it was $1 million Kick deal, which seems
No way.
absolutely
They're
insane.
not giving $1 million kick deal to a
What?
guy that's
Somebody
never streamed before.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
Well, I'll tell you what he did on his very first stream. He dropped the N-word.
Lieutenant Dan.
Did he still get to keep the mail?
He made it like 23 minutes into his stream and was just blabbing and just said that word.
Wow. So that was the end.
That was the
That
end.
was the end of the
Holy
kick deal.
shit.
It was just up and then as fast as he could come up, down.
You know what they say? The faster you rise, the faster you fall.
My God, dude.
So what?
That's
Why did he
hilarious.
become such a meme?
I think just because he was really funny. Like some college kids in Tampa found him with the two hurricanes back to back. Like he just became this thing that everybody would go to him and then talk. And he's
Is he
a
old?
character. He looks about 75. He's
Oh.
probably about 55.
Oh.
But,
Yeah.
pretty weathered.
It always reminds me of something that like Evan could have done. I've seen other accounts. Like you work with some old timers that are just funny, crazy.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just-
I have thought that after.
Yeah, and so I've seen dudes that'll just post, and then everyone on the internet grows to love or hate or whatever their coworker or their crazy grandpa or whatever. Danny Duncan does it all the time, you know.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
so good at
Tons of
finding a
characters.
character.
Gary
and just
Joe,
making them.
2024.
Who the hell's Gary Joe?
That farmer that I'm always watching. I don't know. He's like some drunk farmer, and then it's like you can tell it's like some younger farmhand or whatever that's
Making-
always taking these videos, and he knows how to trigger them.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. He just triggers them and then films what Gary Joe does, and it's hilarious. Like he put like an armadillo in his house the other day. It was very funny. He was, like chasing it around with a ruler. What? Like just wilding out, dude.
Ben, is that the new iPhone?
Yeah,
Let me see that thing.
yeah. I've been iPhone-less kind of.
Dude, how's it been being iPhone-less for 2 weeks?
So I ordered a new
Oh.
a new phone. I haven't gotten a new phone in like 3-4 years. So I ordered a new iPhone 16, and then 2 weeks ago, after I had already ordered the phone, I broke my current phone that I was using. I was in the sauna, cracked the back of the case, and I
Sauna.
sweat on it, and it got
Oh my God.
water damage. Yeah, I've been like raw dog in life. Basically, like
No
no
phone.
phone. I've been an iPad kid for the last 2 weeks. It's been like kind of nice being able to like kind of just unplug from like constantly just like being on my phone, but also like dude, it is such a pain in the butt. Like not being able to get phone calls. And if I do answer the phone, my phone would stay on for about a minute and a half. So as soon as I would answer the phone, like I was talking to like our banker the other day, had to talk to her to like approve this thing to get sent out, right? Hey, how's it going? Yeah. This is, yep. So if I hang up on you, I'm not actually hanging up on you. My phone has water damage and it's going to die. Okay, great. Dies.
Oh,
bro.
Damn.
Yeah. So like, that's been like my life. So I've been kind of just going without it.
Yeah, it's been a real pain. Can never get a hold of you.
It almost would have been
seems
better
very
if it
similar.
just broke completely.
Yeah, I agree. Cause then you're just like, yeah, cause I didn't want to go out and like buy a phone. Ken was like, why don't you just go to Verizon? I was like, dude, I have 2 weeks. I'm not going to just go and buy one when I have one coming.
Yeah.
Didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I just waited it out.
Ken, aren't you a big get a new iPhone every year guy?
I was until this year, and then this year I was like, why would I buy it?
Really?
It's no different.
Yeah.
Really?
The only big difference is you have that camera button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from a lot of the reviewers were saying that this was one of the least monumental changes.
The phone is the same as my 12 was pretty
This
much.
camera
Like
is
it's like
gangster,
damn near the
though.
exact same.
Yeah, the camera's a lot better now than a 12, obviously, or a 13. But yeah, they didn't change much.
Ken's
Really?
been
Still
spending all
sick.
those money on rocks.
Well, put a case on that thing before you jam it up.
All my money
Yeah, I
on
don't
rocks.
Let's talk about that. What, Ken? You spent all your money on rocks?
Yeah, building a wall.
Yeah, he's helping
He's building the wall.
down south the problem.
Dude, this is a crazy camera.
Yeah, it is. It's
Is
really
it
good.
is it better than a
I mean-
14?
Dude, I'm 25x zoomed in right now.
Yeah, like every camera is always going to be like his is better than a 15.
Seems like the only thing they make better is the camera.
Is the camera?
So the
yeah.
camera's better, Ken?
Yes.
It's like everything. It's like marginally better year to year, but it's like, once you get a couple years in between something, yeah, it's going to be a big difference. But one to the next one, it's like,
Why
You may
spend
go up
phone
to
money when you
5 or
can
3?
spend it on rocks?
It's
Mine's
so
a 3.
interesting how similar the iPhones are. Like they're all
They really
kind
don't
of the
change.
same.
Oh, dang, Ken, your leg.
Wow, you really
Oh,
can
yeah.
zoom in
How
on
did
that.
you met? That's what the e-bike did to you?
yeah.
You had it all wrapped up, and I was like, there's no way it can be this bad. But it actually is.
Yeah, this is actually looking a lot better than it was. But now it's just like, it's really scabbed up.
I honestly didn't think it was that bad either. That you took your wrap off.
Holy
like, whoa, your
smokes, dude.
skin's just gone.
I tried to look at it on the spot when it happened, and Ken's like, "Oh, I gotta go." He like wouldn't even let me look at it. Like pulled
Straight
his
to the
pants
hospital.
down and just
It didn't
dipped
hurt
out.
that bad on the spot, and then like the adrenaline wears off, and I'm like, oh shit, this kind of hurt.
I mean,
I'm gonna
it's
get this
a
wrapped up.
burn.
Yeah,
it's a
and
burn.
then it just got like
I'm sorry.
progressively worse and worse,
the
and now it's finally
adrenaline
scabbed.
of tipping the e-bike over.
Ken,
Well,
I
my-
want to say you're unlucky, but sometimes you just can't get out of your own way.
Yeah, I know.
Can-
My problem is I should have turned the e-bike off before I started trying to push it, rather than trying to push it with it on.
Dude, that's a sneaky thing with the e-bikes. That happened actually earlier in the week before Ken did the exact same thing. Somebody was sitting on the trike e-bike, and we were all
Gavin.
standing around it, and somebody grabbed the throttle, and it just like rocketed into me and Evan. Yeah, very sketchy, because like most people don't think that it's on, and then
Yeah.
obviously
So
it's on.
you-
and-
you
But
It's
there's something
instant.
so twistable about an electric throttle. Like, I never walk up to a bike and I'm like, let me twist this.
I can't walk past a motorcycle without either grabbing the front brake or the twisting the
You
throttle.
just got to crank that hog.
I do it on that pit bike a lot on the end. Maybe that's why it's blown up.
It is funny though. You can hear me clear as day about 5 seconds before Ken yard sales that e-bike. I said, "Be careful."
and he did it.
Be careful.
That is unfortunate, but Ken, you fared the week a lot better than our good buddy Gavin did,
Oh my God.
multiple
Rap.
bad hits.
dude. So
Couldn't
yeah,
even walk down the stairs on Sunday.
Watching
morning.
him trying to walk out of here was
Bro.
rough.
Gav had an
So bad.
absolute week, and you would think that he was in a UFC fight
Yeah.
with Mike Tyson on one side and a lion on the other.
A trike.
Bro, every time he turned the key on whatever he was riding, I thought he was deliberately trying to crash.
Literally.
Like every time I was like, is he trying to just pile this up because he thinks it'll be good for video? But he wasn't. He was just riding it. Everything about him riding is just sketchy. But then what really confirmed it is when we had him get in his truck and drive it down the road. And I thought he was going to crash that thing the whole time, just driving down the road going 40. I was like,
Dude, when we were trying to ride the motorcycles down the road.
It was a hazard.
I don't know what he tried to do, but for some reason he just literally goes into oncoming traffic for like no reason.
And
like
then he's
out of the
looking
blue.
the other way like this. He's just riding. There's a car coming. I'm like, what is this guy doing? The people are getting nervous. They're pulling over onto the side of the road. I'm like, get over, bro.
I was stressed out just in the back seat.
Unbelievably stressful.
But where do we start? What was his first? I mean, the last 2 days of his stay here were actually
First one
brutal.
was the 250R where it was just me and him.
Yep, and that
And
was
I just got a little iPhone clip of it. Yeah, he
Pop it up.
Friday.
I think the first one actually might have been when I messed up my leg. It also crashed into Gavin.
Okay.
That was nothing for Gavin, dude.
Yeah. So he had
Which one?
He had a,
Oh,
Very
yeah, no, it
similar.
did. It
So he
hit his
actually had
hand.
a-
He thought that he like broke his hand.
What? Oh, really? It was that bad?
He's got so much grip on
Look,
him.
Ken goes, Gav kind of messed up his hand. He's over there icing it. It's pretty swollen. And he goes, it might be broken, but it's all right, baby.
Yeah, of course.
So Gav left like limping and crooked,
Hungover.
like any kind of damage that he could do to his body, he did. And then on Saturday or on Sunday when he left, I go, Gav, how you doing? And the dude is so delusional, but also just like the most positive person you've ever met. And he just looks me in the eyes and goes, dude, so good. And I'm like, no, bro, actually, how are you doing? And he's like, no, I'm fine, dude. I'm literally so good.
As he's
So
taking a
good.
plane home because he can't drive his pickup because he can't sit down for that long.
Yeah, dude. When he was lifting his legs up into Jake's truck, he had to move them just like this far. And he was like, oh, right after he got done telling me he was good. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. Are you
So
like,
good.
he's like, just my knees, just my knees.
There's just
Watching him
so-
try and walk down the stairs, he was taking them one step at a time.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
How did
so
he get
many
up
to
there
watch.
when he was that hammered?
Did he get that liquored up on Saturday
Yes.
night? Really?
I mean, we're getting to it, but after his
Big day of studs.
pilot crash, he's like, we're like, Gav, actually, are you okay? Yeah, I'm 100%. And I go, 100%? And
Now
he-
you're lying.
And then he goes, I'm 75.
I love cages.
Dude, yeah. He piles up the pilot.
My favorite part about the three-wheeler crash, well, at one point, he couldn't find the bumper for the three-wheeler. It was lost.
Up his.
And he had pooped himself. He hit the ground so hard. So then we were cracking jokes like maybe the bumper is, in fact, up in his butt. But he made the joke like, oh, I pooped myself. It's funny, whatever. He hit his butt hard. Well, about 4 hours later, he was working down in a hole with a shovel, and he was bent over. His underwear were hanging out. So I was like, I'll give him a wedgie. That'll be funny. Turns out he really did poop his pants.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this.
I mean,
video
play
yet.
him actually
and
jumping
can
right
you-
here.
can
Like,
we
this
run the
alone
au-
is sketchy.
Can we run the audio after he crashes? That's the best part.
Like, everything he does is sketchy.
Ouch.
That one hurt, Ev. Oh, I felt my butthole. My butthole, Ev. Oh, oh. Oh, my bung. I feel like I pooped myself. Oh, freaking A, dude. That was a good crash. How'd it look to you? Talk to me, Ev. That sucked.
It looked really bad, bro.
Did it really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh. That was freaking gnarly.
I feel like I pooped myself. Holy crud. That was a good one, bro. What'd you think?
Also, in this, I love just right after that, Gavin goes, Evan starts answering him. He goes, turn the camera on you when you talk.
I love how he's got his wallet in his back pocket.
That's probably what really hurt.
No, that's what he said. I wish I would have had it in my right cheek because that's what took most of the damage.
Well, because his left was broken by the freaking wallet.
Turns out the bumper was just, it folded so hard it was up under the seat. We couldn't even see that it existed, but it actually was still there.
Wow.
Gav, dude. Oh, yeah, it's just gone. Oh, poor
It-
guy.
This guy
The-
is so destructive,
the
dude.
thing
He's
is
his own worst enemy.
I mean, we were just talking about it. How many hits have we seen Gavin take? Like a million, not even just
Yeah,
this
just
week,
so
forever.
many.
He always
So many
bounces
that
right
don't
back
make
up.
it.
I think this is the longest I've ever seen him on the
Down.
ground, and he was feeling that for sure.
I'd agree,
There
dude.
was no
Even
hiding
after
it.
even after the pilot crash, that was gnarly. I was worried for him.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
And
He got so lucky that it like the front end blew out. Like I think he killed like a good percentage of his momentum when he landed and then rolled. Because when I was driving behind him, I I know he's going like 40 miles an hour, however fast. And there's a cloud of dust, and I see tires, and then there's dust, and then there's some red, and then there's dust. Like, I thought he went like a dozen times, like end over end, and thank God he only rolled like 3 times.
Yeah,
It's like
1.5.
I mean, it could have been way worse, is all I'm saying. He got lucky on that one. Those things are unbelievably dangerous.
Cages are good.
Yeah.
Solid.
Really like this cage. Love this cage. How you doing, Gav? So good. Really like this cage.
I mean, dude, it saved his ass. Couple busted fingers.
The cage is like so like narrow. Like it doesn't really stick out wider than you. It's like narrower. So I feel like if you actually went into one of those high speed flips, like
No,
you
that
see,
wouldn't
you
be
gotta
bad.
like grab yourself to
Yeah,
keep your
exactly.
limbs in.
That thing doesn't necessarily even go fast enough.
That's something.
Hopefully. Well, I mean, shit, he flew 40 feet to his cage.
I think he had enough speed. If he could have rolled 6 times with the speed he had generated on that track.
You guys will have to just stay
Concerning.
tuned for that crash
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
won't be in the. You guys will have not seen
Yeah.
it yet.
Yeah.
But
And you also don't want to miss it.
you don't want to miss it. I was genuinely so worried for him.
Yeah.
I was just a little bit bummed because like his pilot was modified, but the suspension was trash. Mine was stock, but it actually worked. Like I felt like mine jumped
Yeah,
pretty
yours jumped.
Yeah.
pretty good, and like I was loving it. And I'm just watching him, and he's jumping bigger than I am, and his machine looks horrible. Like it's not doing what it's supposed to do
No.
at all.
It seems like everything he was jumping all week just go nose down.
Except
every
for
single
when it
thing.
went nose up.
Yeah, except for the 250 yard.
Yeah.
Support for today's episode comes from OneSkin. Summer's over, so it's time to reverse the damage that the sun caused to your skin this year. It's no secret that UV rays can take a toll on our skin, leaving it dry, tired, and less vibrant. So if you want to hit the undo button on UV-induced aging, say hello to OneSkin. OneSkin works to repair, rejuvenate, and erase the signs of summer damage, ensuring that you step into the fall season with the healthiest skin of your life. For a limited time, our listeners can get 15% off OneSkin with our code WIDEOPEN at oneskin.co. I'm super thankful to have OneSkin this year, helping my skin recover from a long summer in the sun. So if you are looking to take care of your skin, choose OneSkin and make your skin look and feel younger and healthier. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root causes of aging so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eye, and body routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with the code WIDEOPEN at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code WIDEOPEN after you purchase. They'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin. Busy mornings and late nights, working through lunch, life doesn't always leave room for a balanced meal, and that is where Huel comes in. The Life Wide Open podcast is sponsored by Huel, Huel, the world's #1 complete nutrition brand. It's a complete meal in seconds. Just grab, sip, and go. No more skipped meals or unfulfilling snacks. Huel makes it easy with nutrition that fits into your life. And right now, you can try it with our exclusive offer for you, 15% off with the code WIDEOPEN15 at Huel.com. Fuel up the easy way with Huel today. Huel shakes actually taste like a milkshake, and they come in delicious chocolate or vanilla. And a huge bonus is they're now low sugar. And not to mention, Huel is incredibly affordable with high protein meals starting at just $2.50. It's a budget friendly option that I'm genuinely excited about. And that's 15% off with the code WIDEOPEN at Huel.com. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in minutes so that you can focus on what really matters. Thanks for sponsoring the podcast, Huel. That's why he's pushing the nose down, because he was nervous. Well, I thought we were going to do a podcast on Saturday night or Sunday, and so I had this whole thing planned about how lucky Gavin is. And that was going to tie in with when I was watching all the kick streamers that they gamble while they're playing. And so I looked it up, and I was like, no shit. Gambling is a write-off when you use it for content.
My God, this is the secret that I've needed to know.
Exactly.
I mean, you have to have an LLC to have a write-off.
It works
Evan
on both.
Boyd
LLC.
LLC.
You're just losing money.
Dude, that's actually insane. There's no way that can't catch up with you. It doesn't seem like they'd let that fly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it can, maybe, hopefully not. But I was trying to figure out if we could get those little gambling iPads and then we could play while we're sitting here, you know, and then just talk with each other like we're at the bar. And, you know, you just tap the screen and then we'd be like, yay, I'm winning. You can't do that. You got to have a whole license. It's a bunch of things. So instead, I got this for us.
Oh.
Well, isn't
No
this
way.
fun? Here, Ben, you can have one of mine. I have 3.
All right, toss it over.
Imagine we
I got
win
none.
big money here.
How do you know when you win on a scratch
I haven't
off?
really told you guys, but like since I've not been going to the bar and playing pull tabs, I haven't been going to the casino. I've really been ripping the scratchies.
When I used to work at the Cormorant store, there was a lady that would come in every single day,
Yeah.
like clockwork.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't even scratch the whole thing off. She would just scratch off the barcode and just like scan it.
It saves so much time, bro.
Really? Just to see if she won?
Yeah,
So
but
it wasn't even for the love of the game.
it wasn't for the
do
love
that
of the
too.
game. It was like, but dude, man, I saw her lose like a ton of money.
Bro,
over
the
like the
alternative
summer that I worked
is
there.
you're driving home from the gas station and you're trying to hold the wheel, you're scratching it, the shavings get everywhere. They make a huge mess.
Well,
The
I'm
little
not-
scratchy curls.
The moral of that
Scratchy
story
curls.
was not the scratch off.
It was that she was a loser.
Yeah.
I mean, not in life, just at the scratchies.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the people that just scan them at the counter.
I think
Well, I actually remember asking like one of my coworkers that had been working there for a long time. I was just like, "You ever seen this woman win?" And he was like, "Yeah, one time she won like 10 grand."
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, but like, dude, I probably she'd probably spend like $500 a day,
What?
or like some, maybe it wasn't that much. It was a ton of money though.
I remember when I worked at the Cormorant store, she would basically hit up. She had like a route every day. She would go to every single gas station and buy scratch offs at all of them.
Yeah, like kind of like an old withered
She
woman.
drove like an old Buick.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
Actually-
scratching.
I had a coworker that showed up to work and he had a $10 scratch off folded up in his pocket. He goes, "This is a big winner."
Ooh, I
I
think
go, "Well, how much is it?" He goes, "It's more than, I think they can pay you $500 or $600 at the gas station. Any more, you have to go to the lottery office." When he went in and bought his morning coffee, he ripped the barcode, scanned it, said, "Go to lottery office."
No way.
He didn't scratch the ticket. So we all gathered around him having our morning coffee, and we knew it was going to be more, $7,777.
No way?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I couldn't believe it that he had that scratch off in his pocket for over an hour without trying to figure out what it was. But he wanted to show off to all of us.
So I just thought about how electric it would be. I was watching these kick streamers, and they always seem to win. I was like, man, it'd be so electric. Plus, I never buy scratch-offs because I don't want to lose a bunch of money.
How do you know if you won?
This one's a write-off, though.
But this one's a write-off.
I think I won $5.
Nice, Ken.
What up?
Right
Yeah.
right there.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
You won $5.
Hey, you got $5? All right, I put $100 in, and then I also bought a Mountain Dew. So we're
Hold
like,
on. Was that on the company, Ryan?
no, this is actually all on me because you have to use cash to pay for scratch-offs.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this whole thing is on me.
Oh, what a nice guy.
But I mean, obviously, I paid myself $1,000 from the podcast budget.
Right.
Can buy scratch offs with a debit card now.
Really?
It depends on the location. My local liquor barn used to, and then they quit doing it.
Okay, I won $5.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, bud. You kidding me? If we did this all day, every day,
Mr. Beast
be
did this
broke.
for a video.
really?
That's right.
Evan, is your dad a gambler?
Yeah, but he doesn't like really go to the casino much or anything like that. But he rips scratchies.
I'm just trying to figure out where you got your gambling behavior from.
Well,
I
you got a
think I
very
just-
addictive
I was
personality,
just gonna.
CJ.
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's true. I guess you're kind of just
exactly-
addicted to everything that feels good.
Yep. Can't blame a guy for that.
Yeah.
I can't possibly spend $10 on this and not want a dime. Oh, I got $10 back. Let's go.
That means you didn't win a dime.
So
You broke even.
I broke even 40,
Hey,
40.
if you're going to do what my buddy Evan recommends you do, dump it back in.
Wonder how many times someone's like throwing away a winning ticket. That was a big one.
I've done it the opposite. I thought I won $40 and there was nothing. I was really ashamed of myself.
That one's got $5 on it.
Did I tell you guys that I was walking out of the casino and I put $1,000 on Baccarat and I won
No way.
in Vegas?
So you must have left Vegas like way up then. Totally profited, huh? Thanks for the fun, but
No dice?
no dice.
Dang, I won 10 over here.
I won $1 million.
Fuck.
If Mike won $1 million, would you let him keep it?
Yeah, you can keep
Or like, how would that work?
I would split it with all you guys.
Well, anyway, I'd given Mike a fake millionaire jackpot ticket, and he was supposed to freak out and go, "I won $1 million."
Sorry, you gave it to the wrong guy, man.
Yeah, but I couldn't give it to Evan because I knew that he would
known.
That's what this whole thing was
That
for.
was really a smart idea, and I caught on to it. If you watch, I was looking at all of mine to see. If
Waiting
they were
for the million
legit.
one?
No, I was waiting.
I
I was
wasn't.
seeing if
I
they said
just-
Minnesota, because that one probably doesn't say Minnesota lottery.
It
does
doesn't. That's pretty much the only
Legitimately,
difference.
I wouldn't have even looked at that. If it would have said like $500, I would have been like, no way.
Yeah, it just said fake ones, and I didn't realize that all the prizes
Are
were
a
$1
million.
million. Like
It's
in this
just-
one, it says you win fucking like $6 million. Like,
Yeah.
obviously that's fake.
Yeah, so yeah, it was just a little unbelievable. But if it would have been like a couple $100, I would have freaked out. I would have been like, dude, I got a winner.
I got pranked on that once when I was very young. It was my mom's birthday, and someone had gotten her a big stack of scratch-off tickets, and they mixed in a fake one. And I'm ripping through all these other scratchies, and my mom, being smart, looked at it, identified it as a fake. She knew, because when you flip it over on the back, it's like, to collect your prize, follow the rainbow to your nearest leprechaun, like whatever. So yeah, when I scratched it, and that was like 10 grand. It seemed pretty legit, and I was screaming and hollering and excited, and my mom was laughing, but I thought she was laughing with joy, and turns out I was an idiot.
You were just getting made fun of.
And little did she know you were going to be hooked.
My plan was to give it to Gav because I remember that Gav kind of loved scratch-offs, and I knew that I could get him with just some good. He would have just.
And from out of state, he wouldn't
wouldn't
recognize
know what
the
our
tickets.
Things look like, and I also figured it was a good way to, scratch our gambling itch.
Honestly, Ryan, you probably could have gotten me, dude. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I know, fuck.
double
I was
check what you got
bummed
going here.
when I opened them up this morning and they said they were for $1 million. Obviously, Mike's just gonna give me the best reaction. I'm gonna go, I want $1 million.
Yeah. Well, it was just too high. I'm like, no, it's just no way. There's not a single chance.
How do I know what the fuck's going on here?
Roll.
Check these out. Make sure we don't have any winners.
Yeah, this is a winner. $5.
Let me see.
Nice.
Maybe even more, but at least 5.
Show me that thing.
Oh, it's a multiplier. That's at least 10, I think.
Coming out on top, baby.
What does it say the multiplier is on your prize? If you give
5X?
it back to me, it does say 5x on the $5. You got $25.
Hey.
Nice.
Let's go. Ryan,
All
I'll
right.
let you have
Hey,
that.
that's big for me, dude. I got $100 into
You
this
can
endeavor.
recoup it.
Oh, I
are
won
these?
another $5.
Hey.
Very good, Ken.
Dude, I'm not sure I really like scratch offs.
This made a giant mess.
Kind of
Yeah.
messy, yeah.
Yeah, but now you see what I'm saying? If you would have ripped all these in a vehicle, it'd be toasted.
mess.
right?
Oh yeah. Get all in your little cloth seats and stuff too, probably.
So yeah,
Who
if
the
you're
hell
go-
has cloth seats these
so if
days?
you're gonna do it, make sure you do it on the gas station counter when there's a line behind you.
Yeah.
At Mike's inconvenience store.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about that. That's funny because obviously this is not going to be a real thing because it would be a horrible business thing. But Evan said, Micah, you need to open up and run Mike's inconvenience store. And then we just started brainstorming like of what that would look like.
Well, like the prices are just good enough that you are going to deal with the inconvenience.
Right? You can only pay in cash or change.
You can't pump your own gas.
Yep.
You have to have like a membership to shop there, but it doesn't auto renew, so you have to like re-sign up for it every time.
Every
you
time
come
you
in.
shop.
Every month.
Yeah,
I send-
fully fill out all the paperwork.
You have to pay for the membership in quarters only.
I send out emails with coupons like every day, and the expiration date is always the day before I sent it.
You have to use a quarter to get your cart out of the cart lock.
Yeah, that'd be an inconvenience.
Yeah. Do you mind if I actually keep this quarter for the next time I go to Aldi? I went to Aldi. I gave Aldi another shot.
Does anyone
How'd it
still
do?
go there?
It was still mid.
Everybody loved Aldi the first time they went there. I've still never been, but
I've never
it
been.
seems like everyone came around in the long run and just, it's not cool anymore.
I still
Yeah.
like
Is that the common
I don't
consensus
mind
here?
it.
I don't know. I've never been. I can't make an opinion on it.
Well, the first time I went to Aldi, I didn't bring a quarter. And to get a shopping cart, you have to have a quarter, which I thought was just insane.
I agree.
In the 21st century, the digital age, who the hell carries quarters
I
anymore?
agree.
So then you don't have to pay Top Hat Man $20 an hour to walk around and corral carts.
I get it.
And if
I
they had
get it.
something with an app, they'd probably have to pay like a fee for processing
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
where
yeah,
now
that's
you're
true.
paying a couple bucks for the cart. But you should get it refunded.
Yeah.
But there's still a fee in there. I don't know.
I did understand, I guess, why they did what they did, but The first time I went, I didn't have a quarter, so I had to just carry all the groceries that I wanted.
The worst.
That's what I do every time.
And so I'm just like, dude, this sucks.
Do they have free baskets at least?
No.
No.
They have to like pay for shopping bags.
Okay,
in there
that is
Yeah.
odd that they don't.
They didn't even give me the option.
The
You have to
shopping
buy
bags
'em.
you have to grab from underneath the counter.
I had this like super weird encounter where like this lady in front of me might have recognized me, and she just pulled out her phone and she just took a photo of me
Oh no.
while I was standing there. And she was like, yeah, every time like we see one of you guys, like we take a photo, and like one time like I took it and my flash was on, so you guys like noticed me, and I was trying to be discreet. So now like I just take photos of you guys and like just be obvious about it. And I go, you could just like ask us.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
everyone would be like, yeah, of course, instead of just taking one. I don't
Just
know.
you
I felt,
singly-
it just kind of felt just weird.
That just happened to me last night. Like
Where they-
some similar, yeah, like some dude never met him at Zorba's, rolls in, start chatting with him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm aware of you guys." He didn't show his cards. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're into like we're talking about 3-wheelers and shit." I don't know. And then another buddy of mine comes in. I'm talking to him, and it's just like from the corner, just flash, flash, like the long flash, where it's like,
Yeah.
and I just keep talking, and I just never brought it up. It was,
I'm sure that's what he had hoped you
Yes,
would do too.
exactly.
It's
Like,
oh, God.
it had to have been embarrassing for him, so I was just like, I'm just not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
One time when we were at Zorba's actually again with Frankie. Dude, Frankie, like we said, is so famous. Like everywhere we go with that guy, everyone recognizes him no matter the age, right? So when we walked into Zorba's, like that crew that's always in there was like, oh, hey, I watched him on TikTok. And then when we were sitting down eating, one of our friends just came over and said, hey, let's get a picture, and just like got down and took a photo with him without like kind of asking like, hey, can we get a picture?
It was just like a quick.
Yeah, it was just like kind of just like,
He wasn't being mean.
No, he
was
wasn't
just,
being mean,
was
but
just
he-
pumped.
But he's sitting
Like-
down, his food and drinking.
yeah, he's like,
he,
eating, and then
he knows us. So
and then
maybe
Frankie
it
was like, oh, like he wasn't even like really looking, and PJ takes the photo with him, and I was just like, I think I even go, BJ, you probably could have just asked him, and he would have stood up and taken a normal photo with you versus just like kind of like a hit and run photo,
over the shoulder.
like yeah, like walking by, like. But anyway,
All right, let's see this roughnecks with rednecks and paychecks.
Has everybody seen this?
I'm on the
Crash.
guy in the truck side.
Same.
You've done the research too.
So what happened?
Well, that's I didn't.
Let's watch
do-
it and then
yeah,
tell us the
yeah,
research.
that's I would like to do that.
yeah. Okay.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
oh, I was not expecting that.
He almost killed that guy.
Does this have the other angle from the other side?
I'm sure I can find it.
Was that a truck that he ran over or a side by side? Oh, there's somebody in there.
Dude, was he trying to kill somebody?
He was just trying to leave.
Well, pff,
Why did he try to get out of there? What was the deal?
What I read, which who knows, because anybody can write anything on the internet, but there was a lot of people saying that all these people surrounded him, were throwing stuff at him, which this video really does make it look like that, that all these side by, like the stuff that he ran over, like they surrounded him and were just messing with him, where I don't know where the beef stemmed from originally, but apparently he wanted to get out of there. The people were keeping him trapped, and he had enough and just got out of there.
So why did they start throwing stuff at him?
I mean, it's a redneck event. Everyone's hammered. No one's thinking.
Think about how bad it
he
would
could
have
have
been.
ran someone over.
Dude, think about how bad it would have been if he would have done that and then tipped over his truck in the
Oh
process.
man, dude.
After doing that,
He would get the crap beat
yeah,
out of him.
I'd imagine, especially the owners of the
It
rigs.
does look like a lot of people are talking trash to him.
So he must have like hit somebody on accident or unintentionally, and then got into this fight, and everybody's just like, all right, I want to get him out of here. And then he just goes psycho.
Dude, imagine having a big enough truck that you're just rolling around in that you can just run over a
Exactly.
Jeep with.
That's, I guess, the kind of the funny part about.
You could put
So
yourself.
you're on that guy's side, Ev?
I mean, a little bit without truly knowing. Like, I'm not instantly going to be like, yeah, that guy was truly a psycho trying to kill people. Like, if you put yourself in that guy's shoes, you're literally have a mob of drunks around you throwing shit at you. And at what point do you go, I literally need to get out of here?
Dude, he's lucky he didn't kill somebody.
For sure.
When he ran, he had a guy underneath his truck. If he would have killed somebody, he'd be in prison for life.
Yeah. God, I hate side-by-sides.
Why? Why do you hate side-by-sides?
No, I don't hate side. I don't. I'm not a real big fan of the whole mud bog culture really that much. Just
Sounds about right.
that's a Cheeto rig if you ask me.
So that was Rednecks with Paychecks already happened.
Yeah.
Well, there's more than
They do a couple a year. They do one over spring break, and then they do one in the fall.
that. Was Texas.
Texas.
Be kind of fun to go to one of those.
Especially if something like that happens. Obviously, no one gets hurt, but that'd have been insane.
Insane to capture.
I feel like it's kind of the mud version of Glamis. Like,
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
Chicks are a little less good looking.
Twice a year event. Put all your money into the machine for that one weekend. Go out there, show off, wreck it.
Heavier.
Glamis is probably, 2 weekends? Oh, it's over Halloween.
It's every holiday out there
Yeah, I think it's big over like
But it's
New
like
Year,
the
New
UTV
Year's
takeover
and
or whatever.
Halloween.
Whatever it's
on
called.
Halloween.
Oh, it's
Is
Razor Camp
Camp
Razor.
Razor.
Yeah. Glamis is fun. I don't know if I would need to like go back to it every single year. It was crazy to be there and witness it in person, just like how insane the nightlife is. Like it looks exactly like this. Like everyone's got side by sides, everyone's got like their whips on,
Just out and about.
madness.
A lot of whips.
People like wilding out every which way, but
I would 100% go back if I could. Like, obviously, every year seems a little crazy, but, like, it was so fun. But it's just like, yeah, are you going to go every single Halloween, travel to across the country for us to a desert?
Yeah, for us it's pretty
Yeah.
tough. It's across the
But it
country.
was
You got to
so
rent an
fun.
RV, do all the things, have a working razor.
Get a lot of sand in your butt.
dude, when we left, it was like 50-mile-per-hour winds.
Nasty.
God, it was awful.
In the desert, that's brutal. You get sand everywhere.
All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next week.
Oh, we're almost at 4 million subscribers.
We're going to hit it by next week.
Yeah, so we'll already have been there.
We just hit 4 million subscribers technically because this is going on Tuesday. We'll have 4 million by then.
What should we do for 4 million?
We're going to Nashville, dude. We'll tell you all about it next week.
That's true. All right, we'll see you next
Cheers.
week. Peace.